this facility, TIAA Bank Field, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Devin Duvernay to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Lawrence working from the gun. That's taken in by ETN. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Juke the defender. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, it's ETN. Escapes a defender. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. ETN on the catch. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the red zone now. This throw is cut. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know what I love to say, you never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Now toss it to ETN. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, or getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A tight end in motion now. Purdy throwing here to start. Finds the in route complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They kick the running back in motion. First down throw by Purdy. That finds Ayuk complete. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Darnell Savage brings that to an end.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Looking to throw, Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. So now that we've sorted that flag out, we've arrived at the end of the first. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's brought in by Jennings. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the gun is Purdy. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go right back to ETN. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down throw, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Throw reeled in by Thomas. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now it's Lawrence. It's taken in by Washington. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now Lawrence. He'll get this to ETN. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Purdy throwing here on 1st. And he's not going to escape this. The Jacks drop in. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. And maybe time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Trying again following the sack. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And that defense reacts quickly. Wow, they take him down near the 21. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Out to return this for the Jaguars, Devin Duvernay. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. His work begins at the 31. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jaguars football. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Flushed out. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Lawrence working from the gun. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Jacksonville in punt formation. The Niners have Ricky Pearsall ready to return. And the fair catch made here at the 15. So no return on that punt. And the 49ers will take over deep on their own side. The 49er offense headed out now late in the half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. Gobbled up on the right side. That's Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running back sent in motion. From the 25 on 2nd down. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. He's gonna try to drop it in deep right. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Jags bringing out the dime look, 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars going on offense one final time in the opening half. And they may not be able to take a knee safely this close to the goal line. Might need to run a play to end this half. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He'll throw it. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The 49ers offense ready to get to work to begin this 3rd quarter. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Outright McCaffrey makes the grab. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopped by Foye Oluokun.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So out now comes the punter. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be their football. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Nick Bosa makes the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. ETN again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, ETN gets it. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 3 yards on the pickup. They're short by just as many now as it brings up 4th down. The Jaguars into punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Purdy setting up that play action. Reeled in by George Kittle. Oh, this big guy is moving! And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 17. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
From the gun is Purdy. Has it in close. He has the San Francisco touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
ETN gets it on the draw. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
First down, and they go right back to him. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down by Fred Warner. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 42. It's caught. This is Gabe Davis. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Third and a lone yard coming up. Lawrence throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's brought down for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now give this up the middle to ETN. And he's tackled for a short gain. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Cut by Jennings. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the 32. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They kick the running back in motion. Purdy on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They send the tight end in motion. Going to the ground again on 1st. Jukes out a 1-stop. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First down, they go back to McCaffrey. And give him 6 on the run as that play takes us to the 2-minute warning. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time, 1:55 to go. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They stick with McCaffrey. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Going run again with McCaffrey. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll run here from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The 49ers only moments away from finalizing this victory as they take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Now for one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.